Welcome, guys. This is Russ Armstrong with the Digital Altitude Traffic Training Webinar. It is Thursday, September 15th. This is our Thursday evening webinar, and we are going to be, I think, discussing an exciting subject here. So let me unveil our subject. I'm going to present on 16-part landing page checklist. So we're going to discuss what makes a good landing page. Some people call them landing page, some people call them opt-in page, capture page, squeeze page, basically all the same thing. I don't know why they have so many different names to it, but we're going to discuss that tonight. So that is what we are going to be covering. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it, get some information out of it. Again, if you are interested in the recording of tonight's webinar or any past webinars, please go to Armstrong at digitalaltitude.co. So please write that down, Armstrong at digitalaltitude.co. Please do not email support or call support asking for the recordings, especially when you call. Our call center has no clue at all what you're talking about. And when you email, the email for support actually then gets directed to Mary, who is our Chief Executive Officer. And from there, she has to forward it to me. So she's kind of getting tired of doing that. That's why I have my email address written here. In fact, I will put it, let's see here. Okay, I don't understand. I don't understand what you put there, Raphael. All right, so here is, I'm going to put it in the question area so you guys can write it down. ARMSTRONG at digital altitude. Digital altitude.co. All right, so Armstrong at digitalaltitude.co. I'm sending that in the question area, and I'm also going to send that in the chat area, so you can copy that, and then you have my email address. So send me an email, ask for the recording. Ask for the recording, and I will send it out to you. No, Raphael, I'm not critiquing. Well, you know what? Maybe I will. All right, hold on just a second, Raphael. I'm going to put you in the hot seat. So you asked for it. You're going to get it here. So hold on just a second. Now, we'll get to yours in a minute, but let me find it here. This is what I love about these webinars, is that it is just impromptu. All right, so 6kweeks.com. All right, we're gonna pull this up. Okay, so we're gonna go over here real quick. So we're not gonna look at yours yet, Raphael. We're gonna move along here, and then we'll get to it. All right, so we're gonna put you in the hot seat. So just so you know. Okay, so everybody, do me a favor. Raise your hand if you got my email address. And you're going to email me for the recording, but you're going to use my email address. I want to see if I don't get at least 50% of you, our webinar is over right now. Good. 53, 57, 56%. Oh, only 56%. Come on. We can do better than that. There should be 100% right here. Even if you have already documented my email address before, that's fine. Just raise your hand. I want 100% here. Okay, it doesn't look like we're getting, well, 64, come on, at least 67%. Come on, raise your hand. If you haven't raised your hand, I'm not going forward till you raise your hand. All right, 64. All right. Okay, we hit 67. I will continue on. You guys lucked out. Tell you, all right, I'm gonna lower everybody's hands. All right. Okay, so Raphael, we're gonna use yours a little bit later here, but we will use it. Okay. He says, bring it on. All right. One thing I am with people is I'm brutally honest. So just so you guys know, let's see here. Can't find the raise hand. Okay, well, that's fine. At least you messaged me, so that's good. Sometimes if you're using like a phone or something like that, sometimes you can't find it. It should be in your control panel to find it. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Russell Armstrong. I'm a retired fire officer of 31 years. Would have been 34, but they retired me early because of a knee replacement. I have owned 11 boy, it's been a long day. I've owned 11 successful businesses since the age of 18. And we're talking real businesses, not, hey, I was mowing the neighbor's yard. I currently own 4 online businesses, 5 if you include Digital Altitude, being an affiliate or a member of Digital Altitude. I have taught students almost now 34 years. It says 33, but I'm just about approaching 34. And currently taught over 1,000. I think I'm up to about 1,035 students now. I do keep a count in the internet marketing realm. So a little bit of experience to bring into you guys. And so hopefully you're going to get something out of this. These are my 2 dogs here. Well, actually, this is an old picture. I got to revamp this picture. These guys are brothers and sisters, and this brown one here passed away a year ago, and so she's still plugging along. She is almost 16 years old now. And then we've got, actually, I only own 1 dog. These both were my kids' dogs, and so now we've got 3 more kids' dogs. So I only own 1 out of 4 dogs. But anyway, so I got to update the picture. The only reason they were in the picture, and this is a hint to all of you guys, people love dogs, or most people love dogs. Multi-billion-dollar a year industry. I have made more sales just because of those dogs being in my picture, and the only reason they're in my picture is because we were out by the pond trying to take pictures, and they just kept getting in the way, kept getting in the picture, and so on. And so finally I knelt down and said, all right, fine, take a couple pictures. And then we got them out of there, took some more pictures, and we went back through all the pictures and said, you know what, we like that picture with the dogs. So I have broken more ice and got into more conversations with people and made sales just from these dogs, but don't tell them that. They'll want extra goodies. So anyway, all right. Oops, wrong page. As you see here, I don't do the full PowerPoint. I bring up the slides because it's easier, and it just makes it so you guys can see it and I can float from one spot to another. So tonight's subject is the 16-part landing page checklist. And again, landing page is a squeeze page, capture page, landing page, opt-in page. For those non-technical people, it's the page that someone puts their name and their email address in to get more information and get on to your autoresponder list so you can follow up with them with emails. All right, so however you want to call it, that's what the page is. The checklist here is you want to market call out, okay? Clear and concise, easy to understand, compelling headline, CTA above the fold, which is a click to action, and we'll discuss that, what it means and what it means above the fold. Contrasting button color, custom button text, social proof, limited navigation, use visual cues, hero shot, limited form fields, source congruency, brand consistency, enable sharing, and visible privacy policies, and terms of service, TOS, terms of service. And these things are real important, especially when you're dealing with number 16 here, when you're dealing with Facebook. Extremely important. So to move along here, all right, so hold on just a second. Let me just make sure no one's got any issues here. All right. 60 per, okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so, and again, just confirming, everybody can see my screens. You should see the market call out right now, correct? Raise your hand if you can see the screen. Had a couple people, I don't know what they did, but they must have clicked off. Good, very good. You guys are responsive now. I only have 7% of you that are not quite attentive. So that's very good. All right, great job, guys. I appreciate it because, you know, I'm here to give you some free marketing advice and so on, and I appreciate it when people are attentive. So, okay, so market call out. Your visitor needs to know that that know they're in the right place. So make sure that you call out to them either directly, i.e. attention, or indirectly with recognizable images and vocabulary. All right, so it's attention marketers, or attention home business owners, or again, indirectly with recognizable images and vocabulary. All right, it's something that's going to just really catch their eye, and it's going to be what they call a market call out for them. It's something that they'll focus on. All right, so here's an example here. Okay, so social media management for enterprise. And what we're saying here is we could have just said social media management. All right, so this is you can click on here, listen and engage, publish and measure, all from a unified platform. Okay, request a demo. But and hopefully everybody can see these. I'm going to blow these images up just a little bit more so you guys can see them okay. But it's one of those things that, by calling them out, and saying enterprise, what you're doing is, example from Falcon Social, notice how they use the call out for enterprise level businesses. So what they're doing is they're subliminally saying, hey, we want businesses, we want bigger businesses. Enterprise level. Enterprise usually is, if you look at different packages of, from companies that offer different packages for businesses, usually when you get up into the enterprise range, that's a bigger company. That's companies with more people, etc. And this is what they're looking for. They're looking for bigger, more solid companies here. All right, and they're asking for it. And so by just adding in that word enterprise, they're calling out that specific audience. All right, do you guys understand that? Okay. Oh, cool. Someone's here from Albuquerque. Very good. I grew up in Albuquerque. All right, so let's see here. All right, so so everybody's understanding what this is. I mean, it could be social media management for affiliate marketers. So you're specifically saying, all right, we want to call out to affiliate marketers. All right, that's what they mean by that market call out. You're targeting a specific group of people, and that's, I could do social media management for female business owners. All right, or for women CEOs. I mean, it could be for anything, but again, it's going to be also congruent with the person you're targeting, or the group of people or the demographic you're targeting as well. Okay, but hopefully you guys understand that part. All right, so, oops, shoot, sorry. All right, so like here, here's another one: market call out, hand-selected clothing for men. So they're calling out specifically for men. This is a company called Trunk Club, and it calls out the audience. All right. If this was a different company that dealt exclusively, because I know this company here deals exclusively with men. It's you can get a complete outfit sent to you. I have no idea what the costs are. I've heard of this company before, never looked them up. I'm a blue jeans and t-shirt kind of guy. Spending 31 years in uniform, it's kind of nice to dress down. But again, it's an exclusive company. Well, I guess would be exclusive for men. I mean, they deal with men's clothes, from shoes to everything, and they'll basically build you an outfit and ship it in a box. All right, so it's right there for you, color matched, everything like that. I think from what I've heard about this, I mean, there's an extensive interview thing that you fill out, or questionnaire that you fill out, in order for them to really match up, what would look best on you, because again, they're shipping it to you. So if there was one for a company that did kind of the same thing for women, you would put women there. Business executives is another way. So you're calling out a specific audience, and because you want it to stand out. I do ads in our local area for a local chiropractor, because I have an ad agency as well. And so if I'm doing an ad for our local area, I would put, attention 9 Mile Falls residents. Okay, so I'm calling them out specifically. or 99026 residents. Again, their eye line is going to focus on, wow, okay, that's my zip code, or that's the name of the town I live in, and they're going to gravitate towards it. You guys understand? Hopefully you understand. Raise your hand if you understand what I'm getting at here. Okay. And Wendy, I'm hoping you're understanding, because you had put on there you wanted to see the market call out. So hopefully that makes some sense for you. All right, perfect. Okay, all right. Victoria, guys, you got to give Victoria a big round of applause here. It is 3:20 in the morning for her. So, Victoria, bravo, you are here. I appreciate it. Also, Victoria, just so you know, we have a Wednesday webinar at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it is for everybody over towards the European market, so that you're not having to be up at 3:20 in the morning. It's always every Thursday I pick the topic and I'll do the webinar, and then the following Wednesday is a repeat, but it's still a live webinar. So it will be the same topic. It will just be another live webinar. Okay, so every Thursday we pick the topic. Every Wednesday, the following Wednesday, is a repeat of the topic, but it is still a live webinar. But for you, that probably would be at least maybe 9 o'clock in the evening for you. So just so you know, just go into the back office and you can log in. But thank you very much for being on this webinar. All right. All right, then here's one from Sweden, 3 a.m. Okay, you again, Martin. You guys can do the Wednesday ones, and that would be evening time for you, not early in the, 30 in the morning for you. Okay, all right, good. Where do I see the chat? Either the question area or the chat area. It should be in your control panel, Michael. All right, very good. All right, so you guys are getting some good praise here. Okay, great. All right, so I'm glad everybody. It looks like I had about 49% of you raise your hand that you're understanding what I'm talking about here. Again, it's a market call out. It could be again, like the one we saw here before. Affiliate marketers. This is this is for businesses, enterprise level businesses. This could be social media management for affiliate marketers, or for small business owners, or for, again, you're calling out a specific audience, even though you may be targeting, a bigger area or a bigger audience. You're calling out specific. It catches their eye and gets them drawn to you. Okay. All right. So clear and concise. Oops. I hate when I do that. I move the mouse too fast. All right, so clear and concise. Best landing pages have a single message that makes a single offer. Make sure your landing page isn't trying to do too much. Don't make it too busy. Okay? You make it too busy, and it's not going to work. It is definitely not going to work. Okay? So here's an example here. All right, the goal. Oops. God dang it. All right, so the goal for Brain Power game plan book landing page is clear. Order free for 21 days. Okay, so here we go. Improvement in only 28 days. Brain Power game plan. A lot of information on here, but it's broken down. And what they're doing is it's a Brain Power game plan 21 days. So that's the thing that really catches your eye. Now, if you want to focus more, you can read the rest of this information. But here they have it again. Order now, free for 21 days. Get 3 free gifts. Improvement, 78% improvement in only 28 days. All right. So clear and concise message. All right. So if the visitor can't figure out what you're offering in 5 seconds or less, you'll lose them. Perform a 5-second test with friends or colleagues and make sure the landing page passes. How many of you guys here, I'm going to lower everybody's hands, how many of you guys here either have a significant other, a spouse, a business partner, a good friend that's either helping you with this or is at least interested, that you can bounce things off of, you can bounce ideas off of, talk to, etc.? Raise your hand if you've got someone directly that can, you can bounce ideas off of with your business. All right, looks like about 37, 38, 40%. Good. All right, that's good. Because I mean, it helps. It really, really helps to have someone that you can bounce these ideas off of. Um, Ray, you've always got me. Okay, so you always bounce all those ideas off of me. So more than happy to take a look. But it helps. I mean, I've been married well to my wife for 30. We're almost finishing 32 years now. Holy smokes, makes me feel old. And she has always been a business partner of mine, always. But when I got into internet marketing, she's not the most computer. I mean, she's very good at typing. She's very good at a lot of things on a computer. But boy, when I got into marketing, her eyes glazed over and I lost her. But the nice thing about it is, her strengths are she's very analytical. She does all of our books. She just keeps track of all of that stuff. Mine's like a steel trap for those kind of things. Where mine, sometimes I get whimsical. I'm out there, and sometimes I'm doing the let's throw it against the wall and see what sticks kind of thing, and so on. So she's a great sounding board for me. Sometimes, again, is because it being a couple, they always say opposites attract. It's really nice because she's my grounding rod when it comes to marketing. I can show it to her because, again, she's not directly involved in the marketing part. But what happens is, because she looks at it as a normal audience would look at it, which is great, because she will do this 5-second test for me and go, you know what? Excuse my expression, but she'll go, that sucks. Or that makes no sense. I don't understand that. What is it you're trying to actually show me here? And that is perfect feedback for me, because I can say, hey, whoa, okay, wait a minute. Let's go back and rethink this, because I want that. And I'm not saying my wife is average, because if this is all being recorded, she'd kill me. But I want that average person to look at it and make sure that they understand what I'm talking about here. Okay. So let's take a look here. All right, guys. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And let's click off of that. I'm gonna go through these questions real quick. So hold on just a second. And let's see here. All right, Ray, do me a favor. Do you have your microphone on? Raise your hand if you have an available microphone. Raise your hand, Ray, if you have an available microphone. All right, cool. I'm going to call on you here in just a second. You get to be on a recorded webinar. I don't know if you've been on a webinar before or not, but guess what? You get to be on one. So hold on just a second. I just want to make sure. Okay. All right, so hold on just a second. I'm just clearing out some of these questions here. Okay, so Ray, I am going to unmute you here. Now you had 5 seconds to look at that landing page from, who was that landing page from again? Who was that landing page from? Message me again in the question area who that landing page was from, the 6K weeks one. Ray, can you hear me? Can you talk, Ray?
Yes.
Okay. You saw that capture page for 5 seconds. I'm not going to show it to you again. What did you get out of that capture page?
How to make $3,000.
Okay, so let's take a look at it. All right, so discover the amazing secret that led me to $3,000 per day. All right, so basically the same gist, how to make $3,000. Okay, so who was the one that had Raphael? That was your raise your hand, Raphael. I'm going to lower everybody's hands. Raise your hand, Raphael, if that was your page, if this is your page. Okay, Raphael, do you have Ray? I'm going to mute you again. Okay.
Okay.
And Raphael, do you have a microphone? So I'm unmuting you. Raphael, do you have a microphone?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. All
I'm
right.
on my phone, so sorry if it's not great.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So we're going to pick this apart here. All right. Beautiful image. Love to be there. Okay. All right. So real quick question for you, Raphael, is, all right, discover the amazing secret video that led me to $3,000 per day. Do you currently make $3,000 per day in this business?
No.
Okay. You got to be very, very careful of something like this. Okay. When you put the word me You're saying you do. If someone wanted to call you on the carpet for it, then that's false advertising.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So what you could do is change this, discover this amazing secret video that has that will earn you up to, and I always like to put in the words up to, because you will have people that are like, well, I haven't earned $3,000 per day yet. It's up to $3,000 per day. So you got to be just very careful on the wording. There are people that have gotten nailed for these things. Okay.
Okay.
And we are very well scrutinized in the internet information marketing arena, work from home arena, and so on. There are people that scrutinize us very, very closely. And so you just want to be very careful of that, because what I read here is that you are making this amount per day. So, gosh, I want to talk to you. How are you doing it? And in an
Right.
actuality, you're not. So you want to word it to where it's not saying you are, but that, you can, meaning the person can earn up to $3,000 per day. Okay.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit more ambiguous as to, I mean, I'm saying up to. You could earn $1 or you could earn $3,000 or anything in between. And then
Well,
someone could nail you to the cross for that.
well, the
Okay.
thing is, the
Yeah.
reason I use that particular wording is because it forwards to Max VSL, and so I guess I'm kind of basing it more off of his
Okay.
address.
All right. So you're taking yourself out of the equation,
Right.
and you're putting it to Mac Mills. And if people don't know, Mac Mills is a big marketer. He's one of our leaderboard people in the digital altitude arena. I mean, he's a super huge marketer. He's been doing marketing for I don't know how long, years and years, and makes really good money doing it. He does a lot of different programs, not just digital altitude, and he created his own video sales letter. Okay, so all right, so then that falls in line. So that's okay. And I
Okay.
assume the legal information. See, he's put legal information here. Another thing, you'll see here in a little bit, Raphael. Another thing that you are going to want to look at is not only the legal information but terms of service. Another really good thing to put on there, and you could copy it straight off of Mac Mills or you could copy it off of Digital Altitude, is have something so people can look at the privacy, and have something that uh, uh, let's see, have something that is terms of service, and then earnings disclaimer.
Okay.
Okay, and Facebook loves earnings disclaimers. All right, because what you're saying is, just like other commercials you see and so on, hey, these results are not typical, just like weight loss and so on. These results are not typical, but they're showing the people that had these dramatic, revolutions, or these dramatic, weight changes, or these dramatic income boosts or whatever. But you're putting an earnings disclaimer saying that you're not promising this to anybody. You're just saying that this guy, meaning Mac Mills, that's what he makes well over $3,000 per day. But you see what I'm saying? But having an earnings disclaimer on there, then no one could hold you to the fire for it.
Right.
That makes sense? Okay, so we'll
Yes.
probably come back to your page. So keep handy. I'm going to mute you again, Raphael. But otherwise, not a bad looking page. Let's see if it fills up the rest of this, the rest of this webinar here. Let's see if it'll still hold up to muster. What is this crazy Frank down here at the bottom?
Apparently I just saw that. Apparently it's the place where I grabbed that picture from.
Okay, so go in and crop the picture, crop Crazy Frank out of there, and put it back on.
Okay, will do.
Because this right here, it's for people that are OCD like me, I would be flipping off here, going to Google and going, what's Crazy Frank? And I just left your page.
Right.
All right, people do that. All right, that's the whole purpose of this image here, is to go, oh, wouldn't that be great? And then $3,000 per day, I could be here. With $3,000 per day, I could go to a resort like this, and I could almost live there. So see that you've got the imagery right and so on. It's very concise, very boom. There's the message. but this crazy Frank is going to throw people off. Okay, just word of advice. All right, all right. So I'm going to mute you again, but I'll probably bring you back here. So just hang on.
Okay.
Okay, let me lower hands here. All right, so Justin Tilley says his wife wants to see a profit before she gets into it. Okay, but that doesn't mean she can't give you be your sounding board. Okay, you're not asking her to go and work in the business, but you know, the more she gets involved, I think the more excited she could become of the business itself. It's always important when you're doing any of these kind of, well, any kind of business, to have your significant other support you. Whether they're physically working in it or not with you, it doesn't matter. It's this that they support you. Because, you know, as we always tell you in marketing, well, in any kind of business, stay away from the people that are negative, because all it does is drag you down, and it hurts the most if it's right inside your own home. All right, so at least if they support you, that's great. That's the first step, and then they will start getting excited once you do start bringing in the money and so on. Luckily, my wife and I have worked together well for 32 years, so she understands. You know, things start off slow, and you got to work them up, and you just keep plugging along. But she's always been there. So, all right. So we did the 5-second test here. Again, here's one for a 5-second test. So, you know, what do we get out of here? So super fast and secure WordPress hosting, content marketing, and SEO tools. Only from Synthesis. All right, so it's easily understood. It's very, all right, the imagery behind here, they have the, you know, the computer servers. Okay, so again, we're talking, you know, computer age, we're talking Synthesis, we're talking super speed WordPress hosting. Well, what happens with hosting? Those are all done on servers, etc. So the image ties in with the message here, but the message is very simple. The message is, you know, super fast and secure WordPress hosting plus content marketing and SEO tools, only from Synthesis. Boom, there's your message. It gets you right. It's approaching, you know, what you know, and I'm sure their targeting is, you know, people who do website design, websites, who have websites, you know, online marketers, etc. Those are the people that they're going to be targeting there. Okay, good. All right. All right. So Jason's his wife is his tech support. That's great. Okay. Can you use this in Facebook? Well, using different landing pages, yes, you can use things like that in Facebook. This page here, this would be a little bit harder inside Facebook. I mean, it just depends on how you worded the ad and so on. So you may get that to fly, you may not. Okay, so we'll go a little further here. So compelling headlines. All right, you need to be clear, concise, benefit-rich headlines that grabs the reader's attention and tells them they've come to the right place. Okay, when someone lands on that page, you want them to know they are in the right place because they answered your ad, they clicked on that link. So here, let's see here, count the number of benefits in this headline from the battle-tested. And then, you know, I had to actually go, when I first built this slide, I had to go and figure out what the heck this meant. And what it means. I'll jump ahead here. This was a guy, actually a professor, let's see, Professor C.A. Mace. He created a program called, I think it's I can't even pronounce it, language program, and it was based on speed repetition. And what it is that, you know, he developed a program on how you could learn a foreign language very, very easily, very quickly. And so what he did is, you know, the example was the first you hear the word, then you will be asked to say the word in 50, you know, you will say it in 15 seconds later, then you'll be asked again to say it 45 seconds later, then you ask to be able to say it, you know, 1.5 minutes later, and so on. And it's these time intervals that help you remember or retain those words. And so what we're saying here is, does this pass the test? So Emmy enlarge this so you guys can see it a little bit better. All right. So here we have, this is one of his pages here. So, Doctor, and this isn't actually the guy's name, but science makes it easy. Scientifically, now the thing about this is just some of the wording, some of the font is very hard to read. All right, scientifically engineered to look language in, or to lock language in or material into your brain after we listen. Okay. So free presentation can take up to 10 seconds to load. Looks like it's a video. Discover how you can speak any language in just 10 short days. Free from the computer, free from memorization, and absolutely guaranteed. Strike up a basic conversation, amaze yourself, and shock the locals. All right, so this was his page here. This was his video. And so what they're saying is he keeps, he's repeating this information. Count the number of benefits in the headline. So it's discover how you can speak any language. That's 1. In just 10 short days. That's 2. Free from your computer. That's 3. Free from memorization. That's 4. And absolutely guaranteed. That's 5. So there's at least 5 benefits out of there. Strike up basic conversation, amaze yourself, and shock the locals. I guess you could consider that one 6. All right, but that's going through that information there and being repeating that information in there. I thought it was a little bit of a busy. The font in here and so on is really hard to read. I mean, I'm blowing it up. I'm at 270%. Now 290%. It's just sometimes when you get into these kind of fonts, they are hard to read. So you got to also look at that when you're creating that landing page. Is it easy to read? Okay, let me shrink this back down. Okay, so most of your visitors won't scroll, so below the fold, and I'll show you what they mean by the fold. So if you're making a free offer, give them a chance to take action without scrolling. All right, people are basically lazy. They won't scroll. This is what we mean here, is by putting the, all right, here's what it is above the fold on a 15-inch laptop. Okay, so there's more to this page down below here, but this is what they see when they bring up your page. This is what they see on their screen. You do not want them to have to scroll. If they scroll or have to scroll, then usually you eliminate. If you put this call to action button below the scroll line, you will eliminate them from signing up. Okay. One of the other things, if you notice here, that a lot of these pages that we're looking at don't include, like Raphael's here, they don't include, so he has a capture page. As soon as someone clicks on the link, this capture page, the first thing you see, I mean, it gives you a very concise message, but you have to put in your email right away. One of the things that I found, and I'm finding in my Facebook ads, is nowadays I'm creating pages that don't look like a capture page. So in other words, when they land on it, when they click on that link and they come up to the page that opens up, it doesn't look like a landing page. There's nothing that asks for a name or an email address. What happens is when they click on this instant access now, that's when the pop-up comes up and asks for their information. Okay, I've been finding that's been working better, just because it gives. It's not, there are people that shy away from those capture pages right away. Oh, they want my email address. I'm tired of getting all those emails. I don't want to give an email address. Boom, they bounce off. Okay. Where this one here, if you look at it for Moe's, there's products, learn, community, blogs, about, inbound marketing is complicated. Moe's software makes it easy. They give some information here, but there's nowhere to sign up here. Start your free 30-day trial. Click on that, and I guarantee you a pop-up is going to come up looking for your name and your email address, okay, before you go further, all right? Or it's going to put a registration form in front of you because you're now looking for that 30-day trial. Does that make sense? So versus if we landed on this page and and instantly it's saying, hey, give me your email address. All right. I've just been finding that it's starting to work a little bit better by not putting that asking for the email address, even though it's a capture page, but not asking for that email address. So one thing you could try, and you could split this test this, Raphael, is make a duplicate of this page, but instead of this being here, and I don't know what software you're using, but again, reword this just a little bit, but take out the email box, keep the instant action, maybe even make that button a little bit larger, and again, add your terms of service, privacy, and so on, add those links there as well. But when I click on get instant access, it's going to then pop up an email. All right. And another thing too is, you can do what's called an exit pop-up. So if someone goes to exit off of the page, they're going to have that pop up saying, hey, give me your email address and go forward. Okay. Usually on an exit pop up, you want to have a little bit different call to action, reiterate what you're showing, or maybe you're giving away something for free, an ebook or something like that. Those are good things for exit pop ups. So hopefully that helps. But again, everything needs to be above the fold. Raphael's here is above the fold. Okay, so actually I can't even scroll this page at all, but it is definitely above the fold. Okay. Let's see here. So, all right. So contrasting button color. All right. So if there's there's a lot of debate about the button colors, but one consistency or one constant is that the button color should contrast, not blend in with the surrounding design elements, and that is definitely true. I've heard all the different arguments about, should it be a red button, should it be a yellow button, should it be green, should it be orange, should it be a large button, small button. I mean, basically you're going to have to tell with your own page and split test. And split test meaning that you're making a duplicate page and you just change the button size or change the button color. You make one change at a time anytime you split test anything, okay? Here you go. Here is, notice how FreshBooks uses green buttons for call to action that contrast nicely with the blue. Okay, so here they have mainly a blue page, all right, but they have this green here, so it contrasts, but it's not obnoxious. But it definitely stands out. Try it free for 30 days. And so here is a page that people are landing on. Say hello, cloud accounting, join over 5 million people using FreshBooks, and to make their billing painless. So your company name and your email address, try a free 30-day trial. Okay, it has an image. So the image here shows you, about, and we do the same thing kind of with Digital Out Student. We have the computer image, etc. But here it shows you a little bit about, you can kind of look at that picture and go, okay, well, it's got some graphs in here. It's got some data that you can research and so on. And then obviously they put on here, it's been featured in, PC Magazine. It's an editor's choice, New York Times, CNN, CJNet, Forbes. Those are those credible social proof things as well. Okay. Custom button text. Submit is not good enough. Test your button text that gives a specific command or speaks to the end result, i.e. free instant access. All right. Free ebook. Download your free ebook now. Things like that. Not just say, put your email address there and submit. Okay, which I rarely ever see anybody doing something that lame. The button is, the button from the testing geeks over at Basecamp is 9 words long. Okay, so that's why I said, what did I say here before? Free instant access or free ebook. Whatever, download your free ebook. I mean, it doesn't have to be just a couple words or one word for a submit button. These guys used here, give Basecamp a try. It's free for 60 days. All right. Here's their message. Here's their imagery. How do you keep so many plates in the air at once? Basecamp. Last year alone, Basecamp helped over. So here's the benefit part of it. Okay. Here, Basecamp helped over 285,000 companies finish more than 2 million projects. I'm not a big fan of Basecamp. I don't know if anybody else is, but I found them a little cumbersome, but maybe I just didn't give them enough time. I was involved in a project with someone, and I wasn't that satisfied with it. But from what I hear from a lot of people, it's a very good program. All right, but you see what I'm saying is they have a pretty extensive button here. It contrasts very nicely with their image here. But again, it tells people what to do. It's a call to action. You got to tell people what to do. All right. Let's see. Okay, I work for okay. Okay, so someone was talking about having those promotional disclaimers as very good advice. Okay. Um, all right, so Michael here. Wow, I'm a new Rise member, totally over my head. All right, well, Michael, you'll catch up. Don't worry about it. I mean, this is kind of a next step for people. You don't have to start right off the bat doing this stuff. To use Mac Mills video sales letter, do you need approval from Mac? Oh yeah, in fact, you have to buy it from Mac or rent it from Mac. Another one out there is OSP, Online Sales Pro. They have a pretty good funnel as well. And they include a capture page if you want to use the capture page, although people have separated them out. How do you get earnings disclaimer? Best place to get earnings disclaimer, because again, you're promoting digital altitude. If you go here, and click on terms of service, you can use the digital altitude terms of service because you're advertising digital altitude. All right, that capture page. So you could just literally copy this, or actually what I would do is in your terms of service, just copy this link and add it to your page. Let's see here, what's the other one? Earnings disclaimer, same thing. Copy the link and put it in the page. So I'm sure what Raphael did here is, he just, let's see what his legal one comes up with. Okay, it doesn't go anywhere. Raphael, doesn't go anywhere. So, but they should be on these pages. When you're creating these pages, they should have areas where you can add those links. You don't have to add in all the text. Just add the link in. Just give a link to the digital altitude terms of service, earnings disclaimer, affiliate policies and procedures if you want. I wouldn't go that far. I would do terms of service, earnings disclaimer, privacy policy, and if you want to, even refund policy. Those are the things Facebook loves seeing, because you're being upfront, you're being crystal clear with people that, hey, there are people that make this kind of money. We're not, but again, earnings disclaimer, we're not saying that you're going to make it. It just depends on many factors. One, how hard you work. All right, what's your investment level, etc. All right, but those are good things to just kind of CYA for yourself. All right, social proof, social share icons, as seen on logos, testimonials, referencing the number, download, subscribers, let your visitors know that they're making a smart decision by opting in. So here's some examples here. This is a page that they land on, learn web design, coding, and much more. They can, start here for free, okay? And then down near the bottom, there are testimonials. There's, social media. You can see it's been seen on these companies worldwide. And here's someone giving a testimonial. If you look at the digital altitude page, let's see here. Just on the digital altitude page itself, let's see what comes up here. All right, so here's the capture page. Now, this is what I mean by the fold line here. All right, see, I can scroll, but when it opens up on my screen, the capture page part of it, the call to action button, is above the fold. But down here, there's information from the founder, and then down here at the bottom, here's some testimonials. All right, you can look at even more testimonials. You can see proof from real members' results. All right, this is that social proof, and then so you have this information here. So you're showing people, you're being transparent with people, and you're letting them see it. Okay? So that's what we mean by that. All right. So is everybody, I'm going to lower everybody's hands. Everybody getting this so far? And hopefully, Alexander, that answered your earnings disclaimer question. All right. Could you get in trouble for cropping out Crazy Frank trademark? No. You know, I mean, I guarantee you could go and find that image in about 100 different places on Google Images. Just crop it out. That way then, prove that it's yours. I mean, because all they did is it's just like what I do on my images. I get images, off the internet, and then I put my brand on it. Well, now it becomes my image, but it doesn't mean it's copyrighted. Okay, so usually if something has a watermark or something on it, that's when you want to stay away from those images because they are actually copyrighted. Oh yeah, so watermark, Adam. Yes, if it has a watermark, don't eliminate watermarks. Just you can go find another image that's identical to it without the watermark on it. Okay. I didn't see his page either. I'm sorry about you. Okay. So all right. So Wendy, I think you've seen it now. Let's see here. All right. Thank goodness for recording. My computer crashed. Sorry about that, Doug. All right, everyone is using Max VSL. Nah, not everyone. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm older, and I noticed that, the people that are really attracted to Max VSL are a little bit younger people. Because they're more into the bling, the etc. So, all right, how does my okay? All right, so let's see here. All right, so let's see. All right, I'm clearing through some of these questions here. Can you see my question? I don't know, Samantha. I just saw the one question. Can you see my question? All right, why is there a question mark? I'm not really sure, Dan, what you're talking about. All right, is the VSL the best way to market DA? Again, it depends on what you're marketing. Now, if you're asking for a question if you should market directly to the VSL, no. And I know that's what some people are even doing with Mac Mills. They're going straight to the video sales letter. They're buying an ad. They're sending people directly to his video sales letter, and then their order form is built into the back of it. Problem with that is you get one shot at convincing those people. If they don't buy right then and there, then you may have lost them forever. And I personally, I like to be able to capture information so that I can at least follow up with them on emails. I'm not a big proponent of, the only time I send people directly to a video sales letter is if I know them, I have a way of connecting with them, and then I'll just send them that because I don't need them to opt into anything. I'll just have them go and look at the product because I can personally follow up with them. All right. Okay. So that's what Lead Pages said, but Mac took a look and said it looks good. Okay. And he's a top guy. All right. Well, again, he you would have to actually look and see what he's got, going to. I mean, if anything, Raphael, split test. Do some split testing and see which one works better for you. Okay. Why is it called Mo's page in the previous example? That was just the company name here. Let's see, where was that? That was Mo's is the name of the company. All right, so that's why it was called Mo's landing page, because that's the name of the company there. So hopefully that answered your question. All right, so let's see here. We've got those testimonials. All right, so let me clear through some of these. Any software pages where we can get something like this up. There are several different companies out there, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, OSP. You can even design some of your own pages inside of. You can use, I use Optimize Press because it ties in directly to my website. So it just depends on if you want to rent, meaning pay by the month, or if you just want to buy it outright, and that way then you have it. Okay? All right. Good. All right, so Raphael's cropping that out. What software can you, okay, I just explained that. So hopefully that helps you, Vladimir. Let's see, noticeable difference in the words from the custom button. Yes. All right. Actually, just okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna, wow, a lot of questions here. Okay, all right, so we're gonna continue on here. All right, so let's see here. See how the folks over at Treehouse incorporate social proof for sales. Again, here's their social proof. Also, showing that Treehouse is trusted by 61,000 plus students and companies worldwide. Here are some of the companies: Twitter, Square, Airbud or Airbub. I guess that's what it's called. Ask. Zappos. Okay, so limited navigation. Landing page should not distract the visitor with the ability to navigate away from the page. That would be so like if you took Raphael's again. Let's see if his page is up. Let's see if he edited that out. He said he was editing that out. So let's see what happens here. Oh, still there. Maybe just cooking in too. But see, there's no other navigation to go to. Now, again, legal notices and so on, yes, they technically could go away, but if you can make those into a pop-up, that's even better so that your original page stays there. You never want, if someone clicks on something, you never want it to go to, you never want it to replace that page. It's always best to open up in another tab. That's just something I've learned. So if someone does something wrong, they can always go back to the original and start over again. Okay, so again, it shouldn't navigate away from. So here we go. Let's see, discover. So this is an example again of the language learning system. The visitor either converts or leaves. There are no other options. So they can add to the cart or they don't. And there's no other options here. They can join an affiliate program as well. Okay. So this is what we're talking about, not a lot of other things they can click on to take them away from the page. Okay, let's see, where are we at here? We're almost at, we're at about an hour, okay. All right, so landing page should incorporate arrows, boxes, or visual visual devices to draw the eye, a call to action. Even the simple arrow pointing to the desired call to action boosts conversions, and that is definitely true. If you look at here, let me make this a little bit larger. This right here, if that arrow wasn't there, think of how visible this box is. I mean, very simple button here. I would again use the term like, register today instead of submit. Okay, because remember we talked about that in a few other slides there. That you want a little bit more specific call to action there. So, but the arrow does draw your eyesight to this opt-in form, okay? Even though it's contrasting to his jacket, so I mean it does stand out, but if that arrow wasn't there, would it stand out enough for you? Okay, so this is where you're utilizing those arrows. All right, so the hero shot, typically an image or graphical representation of the lead magnet will bump conversions, but not always. So start with it as a control, but make note of tests without it also. So, and again, they're talking about split testing. So here's one that they're doing where they're adding, Joe Polish here, predominantly featured in the image for a free report he's giving away. So here is this, what they call the hero shot. He's on the book here itself. He's here in the capture page, so there's congruency there. And then you have this information. So again, the call to action button, get free report now. And then he has here, 7 steps to a successful ad that doubles your response leads and sales you'll discover, etc. All right. But again, this is above this call to action button, and the information here is above the fold. Okay. So that's an example. Now, what you could do is you could put, again, when they're doing the hero shot, you can put in here, you could take the, you could take his image out of here and try one with, he's got his book here, and try one with just the discover secrets most business owners will never know about getting free advertising, and take his image out of here and run a split test. which one converts better, which one gets more leads. Okay. So limited form fields. If you only plan to follow up via email, just ask for a name and email at most. All right. If in fact test dropping the name field, and I've heard this many times, I've tried it both ways. If you're just going to email follow up with them, you're going to send them an email. Test it yourself. But a lot of people, you'll notice more and more people who are just following up email wise are just putting in an email box. They're not putting a name and email box, okay? So what they're telling you, or what I'm telling you here, is test it. Do one with the name and the email, and do one with just the email and see which one gets you more opt-ins, okay? Don't plan to personalize your follow-up messages. So if you're taking off the name, then don't plan on, saying, hey, Ralph, this is, blah, 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 in the follow-up sequence, all right? So they're not personalized. If you're asking for their name, then you're going to personalize your emails. Conversions on a landing page would almost certainly skyrocket if you remove some of the fields from the form. The only time you have a lot of fields, now again, where they're saying is if you have a form that, I think this one here is, let me see if I can enlarge that for you. Okay, so this one here, they're entering for a free prize drawing. Okay, download now. They're going to download wine investments, amazing opportunity to download a free brochure. So they're going to fill out their information. Now, if I was going to ask this much information, so they're asking for their first name, their last name, their email address, their phone number, selecting the country, the reason they're asking for this is because these people are drawing for a prize. Okay, they're entering to win a prize. Other reasons why you may ask for phone numbers is if you have a phone sales team or something like that that is going to follow up with the person. If they're a lead and you're going to contact them, then other ways of contacting obviously is not only email but making a phone call and getting a hold of them. So only ask for the way you're going to contact them. If you're only going to be doing email with this person, just ask for an email address. It's not going to matter what country they're from. It's not going to matter what their phone number is, etc. Just only ask for what you need from them. Because sometimes if you can't justify why you're asking for this information, people will not fill out the form. Okay? All right, so we're getting closer here. All right, so source congruency. All right, the text and image on the landing page should match, ideally, exactly the text and imagery that was in whatever ad or creative that brought the visitor to the landing page. I've discussed that with other, like my banner ad webinar that I did here, I think it was last Thursday night, it's all a blur. But your ad that they click on should match the landing page that they're appearing on. So here again is an example, all right? So notice how congruent the ad and landing page are in this promotion of Purina. So here I'm going to enlarge this so you can see the ad. So here's the ad that someone clicked on, all right? Discover the light side of strong, learn more. And this is for dog chow, large, or light and healthy, okay? And then they click on that, and here is the page they come to. So new, dog chow, light and healthy. There it is there. Discover the lighter side of strong, dog chow strong. What did this say? Discover the light side of strong. And that's what, it's congruent, all right? It's just obviously the landing page they're going to, there's a lot more information you can put on there than just the ad. But this is going to bring people in. If they click on this ad, and if they click on this ad and ended up on this landing page, there'd be a huge disconnect. What the heck happened? Something went wrong with the internet, and I went to the wrong place. Okay, so they immediately click off. If you have, so again, it's got to be congruent with what you're dealing with. Otherwise, people will land on it and go, "Oop, this isn't the right place," and they're off, and you just paid for that click. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see here. Sounds good. Twitter writing, headlines, videos, are social media sites. JB only promotes or promos DA and DA alone. All right, who is? Oh, okay. Jason Brasher. Okay. Let's see here. Can you repeat which programs used to create a capture page? All right. So, Carolina, the programs you can use is Optimize Press, which is a WordPress plugin. And that you buy once and it's yours. There's Lead Pages, which is a monthly charge. If you don't have your own hosting account, you don't have your own domains and so on, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels work really well because you're using their servers, their hosting. The only disadvantage, the reason I never went that direction is I like to own things, and two, if I ever want to change, if I decided I didn't want to pay Lead Pages or ClickFunnels anymore, then all my pages go away. Where with Optimized Press, if I decide I don't want to be on HostGator anymore, I want to go to GoDaddy or Bluehost or some other hosting account, I just move everything over to the other one and I don't lose anything. So it just depends on how you want to do it. But if you're starting out, Lead Pages and ClickFunnels are probably two of the best ones. I think ClickFunnels these days beats out Lead Pages, but Lead Pages have been around a lot longer. They have a lot of templates you can use. They're great to work with. They're very, very simple. Let's see here. Check my gap. Okay, so who is this? This is Alexander. So someone else wants to be in the hot seat here. So let me see if I can copy this. And let's look at what we got here. Join today for $1. That's what it says. Okay, so this is going, all right, this is the Mac Mills video sales letter, all right? So the thing about it, Alexander, think about this. I just bought a 500 click ad with XYZ solo ad company, okay? Or I'm paying $500 a month, $1,000 a month to have my banner ad sit on so and so's website or blog site. If 1,000 people click on this link that you gave me and one person buys, that's 999 people you did not get to follow up with. Let's say they clicked on this and they started watching this video and they happen to be at work. Their boss comes by. Oops, I got to click off of that. And wow, where was that link again? Where did I get that link? You see what I'm saying? It's just I think you're kind of playing Russian roulette there, and I know a lot of people are using Mac's video sales letter, and I know that's how he does a lot of it. But personally, I like some sort of a capture page here. I mean, they're drawing you right in here. Hey, if you're not interested, then don't click on the button. Now, he has a good, strong call to action button. Start your $1 trial today. And if you look down here, guys, privacy policy, terms of service, earnings disclaimer, refund policy. Now, watch this. Aspire. Okay, so they just linked directly over to Digital Altitude. Aspire. Here we go. Here's the information. Now, you notice here also, it opens up in another tab. So I can go back here and keep watching the video or watch the video again. See what I'm saying? It didn't take me away. You definitely don't want to click on something and then have it take you over to this page and now the original page is gone, to where you're counting on the back arrow here, and if something screws up, you're done. You lost that person. So it's purely up to you. But I had one of my students ran an ad the other day, and I'm not sure if it was to Mac Mills or if it was to another just a video sales letter, but they had 1,000 click ad, and they had no leads because nowhere was someone to fill out a lead, and they got, I think, one buyer out of it. 1,000 click ad. So you gotta decide, which do you want to do? Do you want to at least try to follow up? Let's say, you could get 30% of those follow-ups. You could get 30% of those 1,000 people to buy from a follow-up email. Well, that's 30 more, or that's what, 300 more sales that you could have made versus giving people one shot at this, and that's it. Now, this is something I would send it like my own list. If I have, my 5,000 person list, this is a link I would send to them because I've already got their information. I've already have a way of connecting with them. This may be something too that maybe I would post it on my Facebook page. I really wouldn't, but you see what I'm saying? But not I personally, I wouldn't do a paid ad directly to this video or to any video sales letter because you get one shot at it. So hopefully, Alexander, you understand what I'm talking about. Where here, Raphael has created a landing page that goes to this video. I believe it was this video I think that Raphael was talking about. So you see what I'm saying? He's made a difference. If he can collect 300 people and potentially make more sales than if you only got one shot at it and only collected one sale, and that was it. All right. So just food for thought, something to think about. Okay. And it's pros and cons. You've talked to Mac, he says, hey, just send him to the video sales letter, it all works. But you got to realize too, Mac is a multi-millionaire, and he can spend thousands of dollars on ads. He plays the game, he gambles differently than the average person does, who has to squeeze every nickel and dime out of their budget they possibly can. If you flood enough money at it, I guarantee you, if you're spending thousands of dollars sending people to this thing, you're going to get buyers, and it's going to pay for itself. But you got to be spending thousands of dollars to get there. If you're on a $500 a month budget, I'm not sure if that's the direction to go. Just my own personal opinion. So anyway. All right, so let's see here. We'll get back on track, and then I'll be answering some of these questions. We're almost done. We're almost done with these slides, okay? So brand consistency, if you don't have to stick your logo on every landing, or you don't have to stick your logo on every landing page, but the overall look and feel should be consistent with the core. Now, you notice here, guys, even with my own slides, look at this here. Everything I do has brand consistency. Okay, images on my Facebook page have brand consistency. Everything has brand consistency. Now, again, you don't have to slap it on everything like they're saying here, but having the same color scheme. If you look at digital altitude, everything you go to all has same color schemes. Even all these different pages here all have the same color scheme. That red band on the top, etc. So there's congruency. It's brand recognition just with that alone. The lighter blues, the mountain peaks, etc. It all works. Brand consistency. Okay. Let's see here. Like you wouldn't want a page that is, something that's black and white, and then they go to another page and it's full color. I mean, that's definitely not matching. All right, so this is a home page of Birchbox. Notice the page and its branding. Oops, shoot, sorry. Okay, so we have Birchbox here. It's branding. See in the images. So see, they didn't have to put it here here it's on their page, but that's conveniently placed inside their box here. All right. They can get started today. They talk about Birchbox, helps you find products that you'll love. Try our monthly subscription service. Explore our personalized shop, or start with editors' tips and tricks. Okay, so I'm not sure really what Birchbox is. I've never been there before, but you can go in and pick things that continuity program that you're paying for once a month. They send you stuff. All right. But there's the brand consistency there. Here we go here. So here's a page that, this is a landing page, deeper within Birchbox, site maintaining similar brand. So again, the box with the logo on it, okay? So it's being consistent. And this is just another page. This is in their subscribe page. This one here was, well, I guess this is a subscribe page also. So, again, keeping with that brand consistency. All right, so enable sharing. Okay, well, landing pages don't typically go viral. Some of your more altruistic visitors will click on Facebook, Twitter to share buttons, so make it easy and obvious for them. So if you want them to share stuff like here, this is an ad for Chili's. All right, so up here they have the, let's see, it looks like they have, so it looks like they have Twitter and Google Plus, and it looks like you can email them. All right, share this deal. So you can send it via email, you can tweet it, you can send it via Google Plus. So they don't have anything on Facebook. Well, no, here, I'm sorry, Facebook is down here. So Facebook, Twitter, email, Google Plus. I don't know why they don't have Facebook up here, but anyway. So here are the two locations. Again, look at the blue, ultimately blue background. They're using the green print button here. Click to print. Okay, so they're telling you, print this ad. Click to print it. Okay, and then below it, kids eat free with when you purchase an adult entree at Chili's September 25th through the 26th, and it's awesome. Okay, so they give you some visualization. Obviously, the visualization is things that the kids get to eat. This wouldn't do any good showing like margaritas and nachos because that's not typically what the kids are going to eat. They're showing images of what the kids would get a choice of. And pizza usually is probably one of their number one things that the kids eat. So they put those images there. They represent the crayons here to visualize with the kids, etc. All right. So, you know, Chili's restaurant encourages social media sharing. Why do we encourage social media sharing on certain things? Why not? I mean, that's free advertising. If I like something and I share it with my page, you know, I've got a couple thousand friends on my page. I've got 32,000 plus people on my fan page. So if I share it on one of those pages, am I helping Chili's out by putting it in front of a hell of a lot more people? Yes. And people may then follow my lead because they're going to go, hey, I follow Russ, I trust his opinion and so on, and he's now putting this on here, so I'm going to check this out. All right, so where maybe they wouldn't normally click on a Chili's, but because I put something on there and they follow me, they trust and respect me, they're going to now click on it to take a look. Okay, so you see what I'm saying is that, you know, that social media, that social sharing helps out quite a bit. All right, so visible, this is where we got, and this is where we kind of picked on you, Raphael. Again, visible privacy policies in terms of service, minimum. All right, not only are privacy policies in terms of service required to advertise on some sites, including Google, all right, they are also good for conversions because what people are looking at is, you know, they want to find out a little bit more. People do research these days. People don't just jump the gun and, oh, yeah, here's my credit card. It's tapping on my computer. I'm ready to buy anything. You know, sell me swampland in the Mojave Desert. I'll buy it. People are more savvy. People realize there are scams out there and so on. They do their research. So you're giving people that transparency by saying, you know, here are things that, you know, customer service, etc. You know, you can go and get that information from people. All right, just like here in Mac's video. Now, granted, this is one thing that I'll show you now. Obviously, if I expand the screen, all right, this would be basically the fold line. But because he's got Millionaire Mentor, he's got his logo here, and he's got a lot of information. Now, the one thing that you can look at is this call to action button is, I think if you put this on a 15-inch screen, in fact, I'm gonna take this away from you guys here real quick. I just want to put this on a 15-inch screen, and I'll show you here. I'm going to switch screens. So this is on a 15-inch screen. So you guys can see how, all right, this is on my computer screen. I have to scroll up to find the call to action button. So you got to think about that. This is on a 15-inch screen. Now, obviously, if I put it on my big screen, which is, you know, much, much larger, it's a big 27-inch screen. I don't, and let me switch screens again so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see that, you know, I can, where's that? All right, I can find the call to action button. All right, but you got to realize most people don't sit at their house with two computer screens going so they can move stuff around and so on. So think about that. Now, the advantage to it is at least these arrows are big, so it does draw attention. So if this was below the scroll line or the fold line, at least, you know, hey, what's with the arrows? I touch it a little bit, and there's my call to action button. But that's something to think about. That's not above the fold line. Okay. Let's see here. So just like this one is not above the fold line because you can see where the page has been kind of quote unquote torn. Let's see here. So again, making sure, and we saw it here on Mac's you know, making sure that you have that information. And if your pages, if you have the software that you're building these pages, this should be able to be added. And again, all you're doing is just take the ones out of Digital Altitude. You're promoting Digital Altitude and put it on there. Now, this wouldn't apply if you're promoting, um, uh, men's sandals. Obviously, Digital Altitude's privacy policy, earnings disclaimer, and so on would not apply. But if you have a page that is directly related to Digital Altitude, even though it's not their page, but the product you're selling is their product, there is no reason you cannot use the terms of service, privacy, earnings disclaimer, refund policy. These are great things to have on your page because it makes you transparent. Okay? So just another way to look at it. All right, so I'm going to go through. That was our last slide. Let's see here. For offers, links, privacy policy, terms of service. Okay, and all right, so now let's go to some of these questions. All right, so Alexander, hopefully I answered your question there. Is it good? Okay, let's see here. I'm also not advertising on Facebook. Okay, yeah, because Raphael, your page, let's bring these two pages up. Your page would have a hard time getting accepted in Facebook. Okay, let's see here. Oh, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. I was told I was awesome. So when it comes to the IRS form, what name? Well, that's an off the topics question there. The IRS form in your back office. What name of business type? Well, again, Stanley, it's going to be whether you are a sole proprietor, you're a corporation, you're a limited liability corporation, or an LLC or an LLP, if you are an individual, if you are just another. You just pick which one you are. If you're not a corporation, don't pick corporation, okay? And there's instructions there. If you click on that, there are also instructions there from the IRS how to fill out that form. All right, if you can't afford traffic pack from DA, yes, is there in DA, yet is there in, all right, is there no other traffic? Okay. No other free traffic tips to share tonight. I think it's what we're saying here. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking there. I mean, again, I guess you could use this for free traffic tips also. This is just dealing with capture pages or landing pages. So if you're posting this on your social media and not charging, you're not paying for ads. If you're, sending this out to your list to promote a new product, it's all based on the landing page. What are people going to? Let's see here. Do you have to buy those testimonials to use on your page? Blake, I'm not sure, Blake, what testimonials you are. Excuse me for a second. Smallest dog, she's the noisiest. Okay, so Blake, I'm not sure really what you're talking about on the testimonials. If you're talking about like the video or the Digital Altitude testimonials, I'm not sure. You'd have to go to Digital Altitude's YouTube channel. You should be able to use them as long as, again, they're relating to Digital Altitude. And obviously the testimonial is going to relate to it, so it wouldn't do you any good elsewhere. I don't think you have to buy them. I've never heard of anybody. As long as you're a member of Digital Altitude, you should have access to it. Okay, so let's see here. No, this is all I'm talking about, Jason, is landing pages here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Wendy, I don't know what's going on. It must be your internet connection. Just email me, and I will go back to my email address. Just email me, and you can get a recording of this webinar. Okay? All right, perfect. All right. Should your brand ever... or should you brand every image you put up? Okay, so let me show you something here. Lee, all right, so I'll show you what I do. All right, so this is one of the tricks that I teach my students. And Facebook's being slow tonight. All right, so go to my fan page here. Okay, so I'll go my business manager. All right, so all the images that we create and put onto our ad here all have my logo on them. okay, and my tagline. My tagline is, helping people take control of their lives, okay? This is one of my main companies, not my corporation. My corporation is the umbrella over the multiple businesses that I run. This is one of my main marketing companies here. So, so this is what I do. Now, what I always tell my students is, don't ever share, especially with a fellow marketer, don't ever share someone else's page, because if you share my page and someone looks up on, hey, Lee, what's your Lee Metcalf shared Russell Armstrong's post. That's great. If someone hovers over Russell Armstrong, they're going to see I'm a business consultant. I have over 32,000 people that like my page. So I could be as dumb as a box of rocks, but if they see that, they may go, ooh, I want to look at who this guy is. They click on that, and now they're off of your page and they're onto mine. And I thank you very much. You just possibly gave me business. The reason I brand all of my images is because if the trick I tell people, if you like a post and you want to kind of repost it, then what you do is you open up the image, you right click, you save image as, and then you repost it yourself on your page. Well, again, I brand all of my images so that even if you do this trick, you're still putting my company on your page. So, and again, I thank you very much. I appreciate it. But at least it's not a clickable image where people could instantly click off and go over to my page from yours. So yes, I do brand probably 100%, well, at least 90% of all of my stuff. So hopefully, Lee, that answered your question. I'm seeing custom button pay. All right, Wendy, I'm not really sure. I have a feeling your computer, your internet is incredibly slow and there's too much of a lag time there. Probably having to buffer or something. All right. All right, so Mac is not letting any new people use his page. Interesting. Okay, so he probably just doesn't want it saturated out there. All right, what is Max? I'm not sure what Max is. You may be thinking of Mac, M-A-C-K, not Max. That was this video here, Mac Mills. He's the millionaire mentor. All right. How do we create a fuel capture page? I think it's okay. I'm not really positive what you're asking there. Okay. Have you ever heard of MLM leads? No, Samantha, I have not heard of MLM leads. Let's see here. Funnel capture page was my question. So again, I think we just kind of went through that as to what you want to put on a capture page. Hopefully, watch the recording. Maybe you'll understand it. On an earlier slide, easy to understand, there was a question mark where I think it not belonging. Okay. Question mark. Well, okay. I'm not sure, Dan. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. All right. So first webinar. Okay. What is the best way to start generating traffic with a newbie with limited resources? I mean, it just depends. If when I deal with students, if they are already on Facebook, they've already got a lot of friends on Facebook and so on. They can go that route. If you're on Instagram, go that route. You can build your audiences up from there. Marketing is all about thinking outside the box. If you have limited resources, what can you do to increase? I had one student here this last spring. She was a college student. She spent just about everything she had just to get to Rise, and she really didn't have any marketing money. So we sat down, we brainstormed, said what else could she do? Well, she was in the University of Houston, so she was able to she made up some flyers. She went out and put them on bulletin boards because she figured, hey, if I'm a college student interested in doing something like this, there's got to be more of us out there. Even if it's a handful, it's still some people. So she put up some flyers up, looking for partners for, part-time, work from home or work between, I think she actually put work between classes, income. Okay, and she got people that, were inquiring. She also made up flyers and she went out into the parking lots, which I don't think you're allowed to do on private property, but, she got away with it. She was in Austin, Texas. No one shot her, so that's good. So, but, she plastered these all over people's windshields. In 2 months, she made 2 rise sales. So this is a young lady had no money for marketing at all. So I mean, there's different ways. You got to think outside the box. Maybe of conversations you've had with people. Think back. If anybody you've ever talked to where you've sat around just kind of shooting the breeze, going, "God, I'd love to work from home," or "I'm tired of working." Reach out to those people. I mean, that's free. It doesn't hurt. You're not trying to shove a program down their throat. You're just saying, "Hey, we had a conversation a little while ago. You were interested in, XYZ. Are you still interested in something like that?" And if so, if they say, "Yeah, I am." Why? Okay, well, I just got involved in a company, blah, blah, blah. Would you be willing to take a look? Now, if I have someone that's a personal contact, again, I send them directly to the video sales letter. I do not send them to a capture page because I know how to get a hold of them. So anyway, so hopefully that'll help you out. So video sales letter should be after the thank you page? No. Video sales letter should be after the capture page. So the capture page gets their information, then they go to the video sales letter, and from there they go to the order form, and from there they go to the thank you page. The thank you page says, "Thank you for your order," at least in our funnel. Okay, so some people create thank you pages in between the capture page and a video sales letter. The reason being is because they're using their own capture page, their own thank you page, and then the product or XYZ company's sales letter, so they want to be able to track properly as to who went through the capture page to the video sales letter. But you can do that in the back office as well. Okay. Let's see here. Are there trainings on how to make these pages or templates for these pages in DA? No, there's no training on these. And again, there's so many different, Christine, there's so many different softwares available out there that you can use. Again, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, Optimize Press. They all have excellent tablet or templates, and they are incredibly easy to use. And their tutorials are amazing. They really got people that knew how to teach and show you how to do stuff. They're bit by bit, and they're very easy to do. So it's not rocket science. Just go in and take a look. I think some of them you can even sign up for 30-day trial and take a look. Just go in there for free, play around with it, and see, hey, is this something I want to do, or is this something I'm capable of doing? Follow their tutorials, and if you'll be amazed on how easy it really is not that hard to do. Okay, so just go that way. Let's see here. Can you repeat reference regarding the Mac? Can you repeat the Raphael response regarding the Mac video and capture page leads? I'm not sure if there was really a response. The response that Raphael said is that Mac's not allowing anybody else to use, any new people to use his video sales letter. So I'm right well into the training lessons. I feel are ready to get a DA site, buy some leads, tiptoe, start marketing. When can I start marketing? Let's see, who is this? Lewis, I would talk to your business coach, whoever your business coach is. If they've released you, if you finish the 18 steps and so on, then as long as you have access to your My Marketing, that's this area right here. This area should be unlocked for you, My Marketing. If it's not unlocked, it's most likely because your affiliate links are in your rank. This affiliate here will say inactive. You have to activate it, and that will give you access to your affiliate links. And then you can just start marketing away. Okay, so you're welcome. All right, business name and type. Okay, I'm not sure, Stanley, what you're asking there. Let's see here. We can also make landing page with Google Form for free. Okay, not sure what the quality of that would be, but okay, Dan, if you can do that, that's great. Some of the autoresponders too, if you're going to make your own capture pages, some of them actually have some templates now that you can use. They're pretty basic unless you want to pay a lot more money, but if you're going to do that, you may as well go over to ClickFunnels or Lead Pages. Let's see here. Did you get my question? Jason, you have to ask the question again. Let's see here. Raphael is capturing the lead up front before the video. Right. Yes, that is why he created this capture page. So he captures the lead before they go to this page. The other person that was using this, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember your name. This person here was sending people directly to the video. Okay, let's see here. Have you ever heard of MLM leads? Again, I have not heard of MLM leads. I have no idea about MLM leads. Let's see here. Can you figure out right now? But I'm going to get it worked out. Okay. All right. Good, Raphael. All right. Let's see here. Isn't better to use landing page provided by Digital Altitude that built one? Yeah, you can use the Digital Altitude. That's why it's there. You know, you guys all have access to the Digital Altitude landing page. The only reason that people think outside the box is, you know, this, you got to realize there are thousands of people promoting this exact same page. So there are people that have different audiences that want to approach them with different pages. That's the only reason I use different pages. All right. How do you set up an autoresponder? How do you set autorespond email? Edgar, just send me an email. I'll send you a webinar. I did a couple, 2-3 weeks ago, I did a webinar on email follow-ups. All right, should use, so colors should match. Yes. Doug Carlson, yes. All right, Wendy, I think you need to work all the bugs out of your computer there. All right, is there a recording of the session? Yes, there is. Email me, and I will send you a recording once it's downloaded. Here we go. What did you think of HQ solo ads? Jason, stay away from them with a 10-foot pole. I rarely ever talk bad about any company at all, but I've known HQ solo ads for a few years now. They take advantage of a lot of new people in the industry. Their quality is absolute terrible. You probably all have been harassed by people trying to get you as to how well they are and so on. They are terrible. Stay away from them. You will just lose your money. Okay, I've yet to find a student that has bought that has either not had a problem or has made any kind of money off of them that usually costs them money. They're terrible. And again, I rarely ever badmouth a company, and I don't care if they call me on the carpet for it at all. I have proof from all of the students that have ever dealt with them. They are terrible. Let's see here. And if you tell the people that keep contacting you, there's a lot of people out there personal messaging people about HQ solo ads to say, hey, you know what? We've heard how poor quality and how bad you guys are. Not interested. I guarantee you they will stop bothering you. Okay. Let's see here. Starting out opinion on paid traffic with DAs versus doing your own ads. Okay, Autumn, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about the traffic packages? Okay, yeah, traffic packages with DA versus doing your own ads. You know, I do all my own ads, but I'm an experienced marketer. I do everything in Facebook. Everything I do is in Facebook. Sorry to leave a couple minutes. Okay, no, hey, Adrian, we're not covering anything in Facebook here. All right, but I did do a webinar series, 3 webinars on Facebook. Just ask for the copies. Okay, yes, it is. Okay, thank you. All right, good. All right, guys, looks like we're going to be wrapping up here. Looks like we just, all these information here. What's included in the hitter traffic package? What's included in the hitter traffic package is 2,500 clicks. That's what's included in a hitter traffic package. Let's see here. All right, was going to put red band on top. Okay, so someone was gonna, you know, yeah, Raphael was gonna put a red band on top. I'm not sure how well it'll go with your image, but okay, you can give that a try. Again, split test everything. Can you view my page? Oh, okay, so this is Samantha. All right, Samantha, I'll take one quick look at it and we'll see what it looks like here. All right. Okay, so we have a beautiful home. Let's see here. We want you to succeed. Here's why. They laughed at me until I showed them my last commission check. All right. Okay, so we want you to succeed. Here's why. They laughed at me until I showed them my last commission check. Okay. Well, you got the terms of service here. You got privacy policy. I don't know. All Right. The one thing I notice here, this doesn't stand out. I would maybe make, I know it's a translucent, but with the black lettering, it doesn't stand out. Now, again, I'm old, so, maybe it doesn't stand out for me. My vision's going, whatever. But I'm not sure if I get this. We want you to succeed. Here's why. Okay. They laughed at me until I showed them my last commission check. Let me think about that one for a second here, Samantha. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, let's see here. TOS stands for Terms of Service. Okay, do we have to consider mobile app when we're making a landing page? Is the same? It depends on if you're, I think lead pages, ClickFunnels, and so on are mobile app friendly. I know Optimized Press is. My websites are all mobile app friendly and so on. So my page of Max Video Sales letter looks different. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is Raphael's video sales letter here. Okay, so now see here, here's is above the same thing, but here's his is above. He took out all of this Millionaire Mentor. Okay, one of the things here too, I mean, this is go with Millionaire Mentor. The problem when you put a brand like that versus this one here, okay, is that I could go and research Millionaire Mentor, and whoever's page this was, whoever's tied to this page, I could go and research Millionaire Mentor, Google them, and go and sign up directly with them. And I just completely bypassed you. Where this one here, I don't know who this company is. All right, and here's your privacy policy, terms of service, etc. Get those same things on your capture page, Raphael, and I think you'll do well with it. But here, he's eliminated it, and it's all in the scroll line. Okay, it's above the fold line. So good job there on that one. I assume they built that for you. So all right. So what does your landing page look like? I have a huge variety of landing pages. It just depends on who I'm marketing to. Because again, I do Facebook marketing, so I do direct to specific audiences. All right. What does okay, ask me the same question again. All right, that is great to know about Facebook advertising. Yep. What was the link? You're owning your landing page optimum. Okay, I don't understand that. Dr. Brian, hi Russ. What is that link for owning your landing pages optimum? Oh, Optimize Press. It's called Optimize Press. You can email me. I'll send you a link. You can go take a look at them. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't understand what you're writing. All right. What is traffic sources you use? Facebook, and then I use Facebook. I'm strictly a Facebook guy. Well, 95% Facebook. Every once in a while I'll do a solo ad. Whoa, there's Big Mac there. Every once in a while I do a solo ad, but 95+% everything I do is in Facebook. Well, and I'll do Instagram because Facebook owns Instagram. So when I run an ad in Facebook, I run an ad in Instagram as well. Paid ads. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, that's it. Okay. This has been best webinar. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Slides are easy to follow. That's good. I'll thank my assistant. She is excellent at making those slides for me. The video testimonials, again, you can, all right, if we are in OSP, we can just use their pages and not do this, correct? Yes, Ray, you can, but in OSP, you also have the capabilities of building your own pages as well. So they have that capabilities in their format, which is pretty cool. Kind of like working with ClickFunnels, it's just their own format. So they have some templates, and according to Vincent, they're increasing their templates and so on. So you're welcome, Blake. I'm glad you liked it. And let's see here. All right, so Samantha, we're back to your page here. So let's learn. All right, so the only thing I would look at maybe changing your colors here, or maybe even making this part, You see how I lighten that? It stands out more. Maybe make this white. Try that. See if that works. I'm still not sure if I'm understanding if the wording clicks with me or not. They laughed at me until I showed them my last commission check. Let's see. We want you to succeed. Maybe if you changed, here's why. We want you to succeed. Oh gosh, it's the end of the day. My brain is fried. You know what? I will do you a solid favor here, Samantha. You need to email me, and I'm not going to tie up this webinar more. You email me, send me this link again, and I will, fresh in the morning, I'm best in the morning when it comes to creative stuff. I will look at it again, and I will show it to a couple other people, and we will get you some information that you can hopefully use. So is that a deal, Samantha? Please, Samantha, do me a favor. Raise your hand if you're still there. Hopefully you're still there. Samantha, raise your hand if you understand you're going to send me an email. Great. Perfect. All right. So good job. And we will take a look at that. All right. Let's see here. What do you think? Okay. Let's see here. All right, thank you. Glad I like the pictures. Yeah, I noticed, Ray, you do like a lot of my pictures. I notice you on my page and liking stuff, which I greatly appreciate. Just again, think about it when you share things, because I'm in the same line of business as you are, so always think of that. Let's see here. Next webinar, same topic? No, every week the topic is different. So the only time it's the same topic is next Wednesday's webinar during the day will be the same topic, and that's to help the people that are not wanting to stay up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to watch one of my webinars. Let's see here. Is it advisable to register your logo? Don't worry about it, Lee. Unless you have some super spectacular, nifty, keen, oh my gosh logo that you're gonna take above and beyond, I wouldn't worry about it. Now maybe a tagline or something, it's purely up to you. It's a lot of paperwork and a lot of cost involved, but you can do it. You can go online and do it. Let's see here. The only thing that, let's see, also some traffic products won't allow sending traffic to a site that has a pop-up. Okay, yeah, that's very true, Dr. Brian, is, make sure that the site you're advertising on, like Facebook does not like a lot of pop-ups, exit pop-ups, but they will allow, if someone does a call to action, they will allow a pop-up there. So pop-ups or video or audio, any tips for affordable traffic sources where there is no issue? Again, solo ads, you can get away with it in some of the Facebook, depending on how you're marketing. What this kind of ad right here isn't bad for Facebook, all right? This ad right here, because there's a dollar amount here, and it's $3,000 per day, this would have a problem with Facebook where Samantha's page would not. Okay, because there's no dollar signs here. There's no dollar amounts written here. All right. So, again, there's kind of your difference there. Let's see here. Where's the website to start making capture page to own it, not rent it? Okay. All right. I will give you guys the link. We've got a whole bunch of people off of this webinar, but well, actually, we've got a few of them sticking through. All right. So I'm going to give you a link if you want a link to the webinar. It's called Optimize Press. To the webinar, to the one that you can own, and I'm going to put it in both areas here. It's called Optimize Press, so it's in the chat area and it's in the question area, and I also, if you ask me for the recording, I'll plug it into there too, so you have it. Okay, so hopefully, Alexander, that helps you. All right, can we bounce off our landing page with you before we start sending traffic to it? Well, guys, I coach like 30 students a week and run 5 businesses and so on. If you want to email me and send it to me, I just don't have a lot of time for back and forth, but I'll give you an honest opinion. Please don't abuse that, because you'd be getting my experience for free. The thing I would recommend, and in fact, I got to tell you all about this real quick here. I got to find the right page. Hold on a second. where are we at? Okay, so real quick, this is what you can do as a RISE member if you don't have access directly to a traffic coach. We have created a group traffic coaching call. It's available. It is and we cover all this stuff. So you're dealing with a traffic coach, someone who's experienced in marketing, and you can run pages by them and so on. We do it 3 1-hour group traffic calls for $250. They are 5 participants or less, although I've had a lot of my group calls that have been 1 person. So really, you're getting the deal, because to buy 1 hour of traffic with a traffic coach in Digital Altitude, it's $500 an hour. But if you do the group traffic calls, you can get 3 hours for $250. So I will put the link here as well, and it will also be in the email follow-up if you want to ask for the recording. There is the link there. But this is something that may help you out a little bit better, Abe, Abe, is that you can deal with directly with a traffic coach. So real quick about our traffic coaching, I created a team. I'm the traffic coach manager. I put together a team. Obviously, there's myself, so I put myself together. I put, let's see, I click on the right slide. Otis and Evelyn Jackson, they are my dynamic duo. They were people that I brought over from another company. I worked with them for quite a while. They are phenomenal. Otis is an educator, and Evelyn was in corporate America, but did a lot of instruction inside of corporate America. 32 years of training, combined experience together with them. Just excellent, excellent coaches, very good-hearted people, and they just, they get down and show you what you need to do. I have Jay Andrada, again, came from corporate America. I've worked with him for several years as a coach as well. From another company. I stole some of these people from another company. But he has been in online ventures since 2011. So actually longer than, well, no, I guess, well, yeah, longer, no, about the same time as I have. But he's been teaching for, oh shoot, years and years and years. He's taught over 500 students. He's probably up over 600 plus students now. Very, very good. He handles a lot of our Asian, Australia, New Zealand markets and so on, because he is located in the Philippines, although you would not know it to talk to him. Speaks perfect English, since he was primarily raised here in the States because his mom worked for the UN. So as an adult, he just went back to the Philippines. And then we have Vanessa Dunford. She's our youngest in the group. She's what I call our little baby, but she is very good at what she does. She owned a photography business. She knows marketing, and she is what I call the queen of Bing advertising. And in fact, just to let you guys know, because usually you don't know in advance what our next webinar is going to be. Our next webinar is going to be next Thursday, is going to be on Bing ads. Vanessa is going to stay up till 2 a.m. and give you guys one heck of a webinar. So I'm going to be there. She's going to be there. She's going to just spill her guts on her knowledge in Bing advertising. She would definitely be the person I would go to if I really wanted to know Bing advertising, because I know it. I know enough to get myself in trouble with it. She definitely knows the ins and outs of Bing advertising. So if you want a good webinar, please come and join us on that one next Thursday night. Jessica will be there. For those of you who are staying up super duper late, you can also join us on the next Wednesday, not this coming up Wednesday, but after her webinar on Thursday, the preceding Wednesday after that, she's going to be doing that webinar as well. So again, remember, live webinars back to back, same topic. Okay, so that's our staff, or that's our team. We hand selected them. We're very, very busy people, but we love to teach. That's why we do what we do. And so again, you may want to look into, if you want more of that one-on-one attention, you may want to look into the coaching packages. So let's see here. Is it advisable? Yeah, again, you can if you want to. If you think your logo is like, the logo of all logos, then go for it. If you know you're going to stay with that logo, that's the thing. I mean, I've changed my logo twice. It's the same initials, it's the same premise, but I've changed the design of it twice. So but it's still branded to my logo. So you just got to think of it that way. Let's see here. What traffic sources you recommend? Solos or others? Again, it depends on your budget and what your technical skills is. If you're brand new, we focus a lot of people towards solo ads because they're the easiest thing to learn. If you're on social media a lot, maybe go towards Facebook ads. You can watch those videos that those recordings. All right, what sales letter do you use or recommend with your capture pages for Rise? You know, you can use the ones Levincent. You can use those in the back office. Again, I use that. I use the one out of OSP, and then I have a couple of my own, and I'm creating a couple more of my own. So it just depends on who I'm advertising to. All right, where's the website to start making capture pages? All right, so I already gave that information. Alexander, just look in the question area or in the chat area and copy that information down. Goodness gracious, someone keeps asking about HQ Solo Ads. Let me repeat this. HQ Solo Ads, if you want to lose your money, go to HQ Solo Ads. If you want to hang on to your money, stay far, 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 far away from them. So I would highly recommend not going to HQ Solo Ads. Goodness, Jason, you've asked that question a lot. So yes, if you want to go to HQ Solo Ads, knock yourself out. All right, can you make a capture page and get response? Does it convert well? I have no idea. Consult with Get Response. I'm an Aweber guy. All right, so let's see here. Is buying DA traffic packages assuring me some kind of success in sales by month? Raphael, I'm not sure. I mean, it's just like any kind of traffic, you know, it can run hot and cold. I mean, it's good traffic, but I've seen it do really well, and I've seen it do subpar. But it's like any kind of traffic. If you're buying solo ads, you may go to a vendor and do really well this week, buy a same ad next week, and not do well. I can run, you know, Facebook ads, and they do really good this week. Same ad next week, they don't run well. So, you know, that's marketing. Welcome to the fine world of marketing. There's no 100% guarantee this is going to work, and it's always going to work. You just do a lot of testing. You find the thing that works, and you run with it until it does not work anymore, and then you come up with something new. That's basically how it does. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so yeah, so Raphael, and they've hit a lot of people up. They seem to be infiltrating our Facebook groups. We're trying to track down all the people and kick them out of the groups because they're messaging everybody under the sun for HQ Solo Ads. Someone asked about Igor's solo ads. He does very well. He's got good conversion rates. He's got good opt-in rates and so on. I had a woman HQ Solo contact me, Vladimir, tell her to go away. Goodness gracious. Sandra Stone, yeah, I already have her name. We've already turned her name in. Thanks, Ree. Let's see here. All right, great. Glad, Lewis. Glad you enjoyed it. So, guys, we're going to be wrapping up here. Thank you very much. Okay, so Russell is the Facebook wizard. I wouldn't say that, but, you know, I'm at least a magician, I guess, with it. Here's what I make calculated. Okay. All right, guys, we keep asking the same questions here. All right. All right. Wow. Okay, guys, we're just going to go ahead, and I'm sorry if I didn't answer your questions. Just go ahead and send me an email. If you do have a question, send me an email. If you want the recordings, send that as well. Remember, if you want to get the recordings, put rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co. That's rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co, and I will send them to you. I can't answer any more questions. We are well over 2 hours right now, so you guys have a wonderful day, night, whatever time of day it is for you, early morning, etc. Send me an email, and I will send you the recording. I will send you any past recordings. Just ask for it. It probably will be like tomorrow morning before I send everything out because I still have to upload the video or download the video, upload the video, set it up, and then I put it into the emails and get it ready to go. But if you're in my inbox, I will get it answered for you and get those sent out to you. So let's see here. Yeah, Jason, you wasted 100% of your money. That is true. All right, what you're saying is right. Thank you, Jason, for reiterating. Jason says here, and he was willing to jump on the sword. He bought 100 clicks, 100% top tier from HQ Solo Ads, and just wasted $149. I'm sorry to hear that, Jason. I wish he had known about this beforehand, but as you know, he is willing to fall on the sword for everybody else who has not bought from them before. Please just stay away from them. Okay. All right, guys. That is it. Have a good night. Thank you very much for staying up with me. And well, it's not late for me. It's only 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening for me. But thank you. I appreciate it. And you guys have yourself a wonderful evening, wonderful morning, great day tomorrow, and an excellent weekend coming up. And email me, Armstrong@digitalaltitude.co, and I will send you the recording. So have a good night. Talk to you later.